As a U.S. delegation heads to Islamabad for a second round of peace talks with Iran, a fragile temporary ceasefire has kept the Middle East on edge. In an interview with Euronews, UK Ambassador to the United Arab Emirates, Edward Hobart, said that there is a risk of a return to war, while emphasizing the need for a lasting peace with a clear way forward.
I think the risk is there. The risk is reduced while there isn't fighting and while there is a prospect of talking. I don't think it serves anybody for there to be the kind of conflict that we saw previously, which had the impact that it did here in the UAE and in neighbouring countries. So we will be supporting talks to bring peace, but it's got to be the right kind of peace. Living with that threat without it being contained, without a clear way forward, would also be a risky thing for all the countries around here. So that's critical, and getting the global economy flowing again and business able to operate as it was doing before March this year is also a really important objective.
The UK had distanced itself directly from involvement with the US blockade. Why did they take that position initially, and what could or would change that? The UK ambassador to the US, Christian Turner, has told media that the UK was backing the US operations against Iran right from the offset.
Look, the Prime Minister's been very clear that this wasn't the UK's war. Yeah. It wasn't something we wanted to take place, but particularly in defence of the Gulf countries, we have enabled the US to help support that defence through the use of British military bases in the UK and elsewhere. In terms of the Straits of Hormuz, what we want is the law of the sea to be followed, and for these international thoroughfares, which are critical to the global economy, not just to the economy here, not just to the economy in Europe, but actually in particular the economy in the Far East to be open and flowing. So we don't want blockades, we don't want Iran or others causing danger to merchant shipping in this region.
Tehran and Washington have accused each other of breaching the two-week truce as uncertainty grows over a push to stop the war from resuming. U.S. President Donald Trump said on Tuesday that he expects the U.S. to be bombing Iran again soon if no progress is made in the second round of negotiations.